Welcome back to Soul Brick Studios, and to a little series we have on this channel where I like to review some different LEGO TV shows and films. People asked for it, so here it is today. I will be talking about LEGO Clutch Powers, so spoilers. Also, I don't want to change anyone's opinions. I don't want to say it's bad to like or dislike something. I just want to share my own opinions on the internet. Me and this movie have some history. Back like 10 years ago, I always watched it. I think this movie was kind of like mine and Ninjago. I didn't want to watch it again because I didn't want to have my view on the movie changed. But I was bored one Tuesday night, so I watched it. And short answer, short. It was not as good as I remember. But gosh diddly darn, those skeletons and Bernie, the British Australian engineer, is one of my favorite characters because of how dumb they are. They just say things, and it is amazing 100% of the time. And some of these jokes actually still hold up. Maybe not as good as my memory has them, but I kind of got a laugh because of how stupid some of this was. Now, the movie Clutch Powers starts with Clutch Powers, who is a super famous miner. I mean, Kim Kardashian famous. I think needless to say, LEGO didn't stick with the realism of this film. Anyways, he's met up with some friends who are a construction worker, a marine biologist, and a science dude, and they need to go stop some criminals who are escaping. So they fly off in their spaceship to another planet. But oh no, the criminals escaped. 3 criminals escaped and steal their ship. But they get creative and build a new one to stop the criminals. Now, let's just start off with this. Here's my first problem of the main film. We are introduced to 3 criminals, yet 2 of them are never talked about after they escape from the planet. They are never mentioned again. This frustrates me. The whole plot is just overlooked. We forget about 2 of them and we just focus on 1. It's clear to me that they set this film up for a sequel or even a 3-film trilogy, but in the end of the day that didn't happen, and we just got the one Clutch Powers film, and we never hear about the other villains again. So they could be still roaming around the galaxy, they could be caught, we don't know. There's a lot more in this movie, but I'm just gonna skip the overall gist. Now, I started off not liking this movie, and I wasn't sure I was going to make it through the hour-and-a-half runtime, but as the movie continued, I started laughing. Not because of how amazing the comedy or writing was, because how stupid these jokes were. It just made me laugh because this movie kind of did everything wrong that you're supposed to do in movies. Clutch Powers falls into the same trap as Ninjago. They tell and don't show. I am told the villain is bad and he has done bad things, yet I don't see that he's doing bad things until 30 minutes in. But this is not as bad as Ninjago. We start off with Clutch Powers getting a rock that is going to power Lego City. This shows us that he's doing good work, but we are just told he's famous and has done some good things. We never see it. It has a strange theme of telling us important information but showing the small details. They need to show everything. They can't just tell us information no matter what. They need to show us that he is famous. Maybe we see him at a photo shoot, filming a movie, something to give us some fame, and then follow it up by showing people interacting with him. But when you start thinking about this, they hit you with another line like, "We have backbone, pluck, me lucky socks," each other. This is so dumb, but the line comes at just the perfect time that if you don't watch this movie for a good movie, look at it face value, and it is stupid enough that it's just kind of enjoyable. It is not as good as the original Lego movie for an older audience, but it has its moment. You got jokes of them talking about how does the spaceship handle. Instead of saying like, handles like a dream, they say, how does it handle? Like a 3-legged hippo. Let's talk about the characters. The 4 main characters are all good. Bricks is the stereotype strongman who is sexist and gets on my nerves at points, but he does tell some really good puns. I would say that Clutch Powers is the worst character. He is the best writing, but he doesn't have any hilarious moments. In the end, he fell into more of a background character when the initial film set him up to be the main character. He just doesn't really do a ton of memorable moments except taking the villain down at the end. all of these funny jokes are being told by the other characters. So the other characters are the comic relief, while Clutch Powers is kind of this main hero. But he gets kind of boring considering he's pretty much the same throughout the whole film and doesn't really have much character growth except he learns to work with a team. Personally, I would like to see the villain more, but he had a good run. He was fleshed out well and we knew why he was in jail. It took a little while, but we figured out that he took the king's creation spark and wanted to rule the land, and so they put him in jail. It had a stereotypical villain, but its primary focus was not the villain of the film. Its primary focus was getting Clutch to work with a team and getting the team to defeat the villain. It was more about the journey, not the end result. The two skeletons, when I was a kid, these were always some of my favorite characters. I always remember loving them. And being older now and watching this, they are absolutely the funniest characters in the whole film. And the writers just embraced it. They made these characters a joke, and it is so entertaining to watch. These characters just tell some amazing jokes. Like in the middle of a big battle, they say, "Hey, isn't that Uncle Morty?" And then he gets run over by a cart, and they follow it up with, "Get your head in the game," and some other great puns. The writers just embraced these characters and made them a joke, which is so entertaining to watch. In the end, I think they took this film as a joke, and it worked out in some parts. This film is not as good as I remember, but it is way better to a show like Ninjago because of the jokes, and it doesn't take itself seriously. And the jokes are just placed in the right time in my mind. It is just a great thing for people of an older audience to watch. This isn't a perfect film, but if it's a late Tuesday night, it's a good 3 a.m. film. And in the end, I would say this film gets a D+ to maybe a C if I was going to rate it against all other films. It's way better than The Meg and Sharknado because it has some actually funny moments, but it's nowhere as close as in Silence of the Lambs, The Godfather, any other amazing films like that. Rating against other children's films, I'd actually say it gets a C+ to a B just because it actually has some entertaining moments, but you can't really enjoy it like you enjoy a Pixar film if you're an adult. You just kind of laugh your way through it, but you can't think about the film at all. Now, comparing it to all other LEGO properties, this gets a B+ to an A. I definitely say rent this film if you are bored. It's a great filler of time and a fun joke type film and a good time waster. I would really like to know your opinion of this film in the comments down below, and what film/TV show should I review next time? Let me know.